Deputy Coleman of the Bibb County Sheriff's Office met with at the investigator's lobby with two people, Zykeria Golden and Shakeria Graves, who stated that they were on a location on Hillcrest and Pine Ono getting a tattoo with a mutual friend, Letitia Smith. Smith called her boyfriend, the defendant, to pick her up, and then a short time later there was a fight to which these two victims alleged that the defendant, in this case Mr. Meadows, struck them, fighting them, hitting them in the mouth, and they did receive injury.
On this particular evening, while most of the time his mother's car was available and that's how he normally would get to and from work, his mother had some sort of engagement in Savannah and was not available. So he was allowed to use his girlfriend's car to go to work. His girlfriend is the girl that was later involved in this incident at this location. As he was leaving work, there's some discrepancies that he can testify to it if the court chooses, but the events actually happened on Saturday night, not Sunday night. That's Saturday night, the 9th, going into the morning of the 10th, not Sunday night, midnight of the 11th, going into the morning of, or Sunday the 10th, going into Monday of the 11th. The report was actually made on Monday. Mr. Meadows on Saturday night got off work, made contact. Apparently there was some discussion, just as the police report noted. There was some discussion, there were some arguments about the girls, one using the phone, one not. Mr. Meadows arrived, picked up his girlfriend, and acknowledges that there was a deviation from the straight path. He was, because of the use of the girlfriend's car. He was anticipating picking up his girlfriend at his girlfriend's house. She had not yet finished getting a tattoo, so he picked her up there, went over to her house for her to get her stuff, which was the original meeting place for them to then go back to his house. She got her stuff. The girls continued to engage in some banter over the telephone, apparently, and they went back where the girls actually get engaged in a fight at this location. Mr. Meadows, according to the police report, it was Mr. Meadows, two other males, and two females. The two females that had been at this location earlier that were now with Mr. Meadows and the group that he was with in his girlfriend's car were now engaged. The two females were engaged in a fight with the other two females who had been there arguing, I guess, most of the day. Mr. Meadows did not engage in the altercation until the owner of the property, Mr. Kilo, a guy called Kilo, comes out and but Kilo came out. It was the guy who was given the tattoos apparently to these women and wanted the girls off his property in the fight. Mr. Meadows proceeded to grab his girlfriend to stop her from the fight. Mr. Kilo was grabbing the other girl, and the other two girls, as far as Mr. Meadows knows, was still in the fight. And we don't know if the other two guys that were there proceeded to break up that fight, but there were two fights between two different girls each that were going on. But Mr. Meadows was not a part of this. We don't expect anything to materialize as to the battery. The report was written up as an affray as to the girl who was involved. It does appear that there's evidence that these girls were mutually engaged in this type of combat or fighting or whatever it was, and that I just don't believe it's reasonable to believe that three guys and two girls showed up to do harm to two females, and the only harm was alleged on Monday afternoon by the two females.
So one of two things is going to happen. Taking into account the fact that the case can't go to trial until October, November at the earliest. Either he's going on an ankle monitor or he's going to jail. I'm going to let him pick.
Ankle monitor, Your Honor.
I thought so.